Hello and welcome back to Man vs Film. This is a top 10 list of movies that you can watch right now on Amazon Prime UK for the month of November 2019. Let's get started. Number 10, The ASPHYX. A Victorian scientist and his assistant discover the secret of death. Everybody has a kind of personal death spirit, the ASPHYX. When somebody is about to die, the ASPHYX comes to claim his victim. If it can be caught at the right moment, immortality follows. A scientist succeeds in capturing his own ASPHYX, but he is doomed to live forever. Robert Powell stars in this fantastically well-produced horror movie. One of these things that I love from the 70s that is really well staged. It has these fantastic sets that people work on, these really interesting stories, and a really kind of nice special effect that they do to create the ASPHYX. The movie kind of goes in familiar places, probably fresh when it came out, but nowadays you can kind of see where it's going, but it doesn't rush in getting there. It gives us the characters, the setup, some fun moments, and really nice twist at the end of it as well. This is just a fun movie, a throwback to those kind of horror movies that very rarely get made anymore. Number 9, Waxwork. Wealthy slacker college student Mark and his new girlfriend Sarah and their friends are invited to a special showing of a mysterious wax museum, which displays 18 of the most evil men of all time. After his ex-girlfriend and another friend disappear, Mark becomes suspicious. What he doesn't know is they've been made part of the exhibit by first living out the scene and then being murdered in it. I love Waxwork. It is in the kind of lower budget scale of horror, but it's fantastic. It has a great idea and conceit behind it, and it works tremendously well. It is kind of like short stories. You know, it has this overarching story, but it cuts into different kind of themes of horror, whether it be Dracula, the Wolfman, a monster, whatever. It has these abilities to go into these little scenes and then play out something completely different from the rest of the movie, which keeps it really fresh, really entertaining, and by constantly changing that style makes it one of my favourite horror movies. Number 8, Blackwater. While on vacation in North Australia, Gracie and her husband Adam and her younger sister Lee decide to take the Blackwater Barry tour in the swamp for fishing. Their guide Jim uses a small motorboat and takes the tourists along with the river to a remote spot. When they stop, they're attacked by a huge crocodile that capsizes their boat and immediately kills Jim. The 3 survivors climb a tree, and when they realise that help would never come to rescue them, they decide to try to find a way out of their sheltered location. I have a real soft spot for these kind of monster movies when humans become, a little bit further down on the food chain than they first expected to be. Giant crocodiles are something that I've always kind of been attracted to, and I love the idea of that. And this played out fantastically well in this movie. There is some exceptionally well taught and tense sequences throughout it. The characters are kind of endearing to certain points. I wanted to see them survive. Unfortunately, not all of them will make it to the end, thanks to this terrific looking giant crocodile. Number 7, Vice. Governor George W. Bush of Texas picks Dick Cheney, the CEO of Halliburton Co., to be his Republican running mate in the 2000 presidential election. No stranger to politics, Cheney's impressive resume includes stints at the White House Chief of Staff, House Minority Whip and Defense Secretary. When Bush wins by a narrow margin, Cheney begins to use his newfound power to help reshape the country and the world. I didn't really know anything about this story at all. I didn't know too much about Dick Cheney, just that he was regarded as someone that kind of messed everything up. And to see this evil giant rise to power as he manipulates and twists his way to the top is pretty captivating and pretty dumbfounding to believe that this actually happened. You get Christian Bale giving a terrific performance as Dick Cheney in this movie that, well, you really should check out. Number 6, Predestination. Chronicling the life of a temporal agent sent on an intricate series of time-travelling journeys designed to ensure the continuation of his law enforcement career for all of eternity. Now on his final assignment, the agent must pursue the one criminal that has eluded him through time. I don't really know how to summarise this movie at all. It's pretty fantastic. You get Ethan Hawke as the temporal agent travelling through time, trying to catch this elusive serial killer, and that's about all I'm willing to tell you. This is one of these movies that is a little bit mind-bending to figure out the logistics of what happened when, where, who. It's pretty terrific, amazing performances, great direction and action, and a captivating story. Check this one out. Don't read anything about it. Number 5, The Night Before. Ethan, Isaac and Chris have been friends since childhood, and for a decade their yearly Christmas Eve reunion has been an annual night of debauchery and hilarity. Now that they're entering adulthood, the tradition is coming to an end, and to make it as memorable as possible, they set out to find the nutcracker ball, the holy grail of Christmas parties. There's no hiding from the fact that Christmas is coming. Let's just embrace it and start watching some of the funner Christmas movies now. The Night Before is something that has become annual watching for me since it came out, because I love the three characters. I like the relationship that they have, and the comedy is absolutely fantastic. Laugh out loud, funny, and it's one that keeps me coming back to it. Seth Rogen is great, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is great, Anthony Mackie is terrific as well. It's just a really well staged, well set up, funny Christmas comedy. Number 4, Super Size Me. In 2002, director Morgan Spurlock subjected himself to a diet based only in McDonald's fast food, 3 times a day for 30 days, and without working out. His objective was to prove why most of the Americans are so overweight, with many cases of obesity. He began the shootings submitting himself to a complete checkup with 3 doctors, and along the weeks he compared his weight and results of exams, coming through to a scary conclusion. Super Size Me is a documentary I've watched several times throughout the years. I just find it absolutely captivating, and it stops me from eating McDonald's for a while anyway. To see what Morgan Spurlock put his body through, to see the damage caused by eating this food consistently, is just absolutely shocking. Every time I watch it, I kind of forgotten how bad it gets for this character. Like I said, puts me off McDonald's for a small period of time. Number 3, Geostorm. When a catastrophic climate change endangers Earth's very survival, world governments unite and create the Dutch Boy programme, a worldwide net of satellites surrounding the planet that are armed with geoengineering technologies designed to stave off natural disasters. After successfully protecting the planet for 3 years, something is starting to go wrong. 2 estranged brothers are tasked with solving the problems before the worldwide geostorm can engulf the planet. It's a bonkers movie, but it's kinda fun. Jared Butler stars as the scientist sent up into space to tackle this satellite and figure out what's going on. Of course, there's a bad guy behind this who wants to, I don't know, put the world under danger so they can get a large amount of cash or something like that. Doesn't really matter. It's got fun special effects. It's got kind of fun moments with the characters. Good action. It's quick. It's punchy. And it's kind of entertaining. It's definitely a switch off the brain and just to have fun movie. But sometimes you want that. And I think this one is pretty good at achieving that. It's nonsensical, but it's fun. Number 2, You Were Never Really Here. Balancing between feverish dreamlike hallucinations of a tormented past and a grim, disorientated reality, the grizzled Joe, a traumatised Gulf War veteran and now an unflinching hired gun who lives with his frail elderly mother, has just finished yet another successful job. With an infernal reputation of being a brutal man of results, the specialised in recovering missing teens will embark on a blood-drenched rescue mission when Nina, an innocent 13-year-old daughter of an ambitious New York senator, never returns home. I think Joaquin Phoenix is one of the best actors working today. He's just done some terrific work in Joker, but for me his best performance is in You Were Never Really Here, as this tormented man who lets his frustrations out in the world on these people who are doing horrific things to young people. His story, along with Nina's, of these 2 damaged people discovering each other and helping each other through this torrid time, is absolutely captivating. The direction is absolutely mesmeric in this production as well, and it's one of those movies that just shows everybody's skills. It is terrific. Number 1, 4 Flies on Grey Velvet. Roberto, a drummer in a rock band, keeps receiving weird phone calls and being followed by a mysterious man. One night, he manages to catch up with his persecutor and tries to get him to talk, but in the ensuing struggle, he accidentally stabs him. He runs away, but he understands his troubles have just begun when the following day he receives an envelope with photos of him killing the man. Someone is killing all his friends and trying to frame him for the murders. Dario Argento's Four Flies on Grey Velvet is a fantastic giallo movie. Roberto is a captivating character of this man who makes the ultimate mistake and then spends the rest of the movie tense and suspenseful scenes play up as he just cannot get himself out of this hole as this killer toys with him. There is some fantastic moments in this of direction, of style, as the movie just plays out. There is incredible sequences as well where the killer toys with Roberto. One moment strangling him, telling him that he can kill him at any time, and then letting him go to torment him even more. And the finale is fantastic. It plays out really well, and the reveal of who is behind everything is rather surprising and interesting and fun. There we have it, 10 movies for you to watch this month on Amazon Prime. I hope you find something there that you want to check out, or something that maybe has sparked a little bit of interest or curiosity in you. If there's something missing off my list, let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next month for another top 10. Thanks for watching.